glue on my tea break, because I needed that. The thing is, you can reprogram yourself. It takes a lot of work, but if you're persistent, you can bring yourself up to realize you deserve it all. There may be something somebody told you you didn't deserve. There may be something somebody told you you couldn't do. And you may have even stopped thinking about it. You may not even consider it anymore. But the truth is, it's out there for you. And if you will go ahead and look through your life, think about where might you want to do something different. Where might you see something? In the words of the great motivational speaker, Les Brown, it's possible. I love to listen to motivational videos such as Les Brown, because who would think that a girl with a speech impediment as severe as mine would have aspirations to be a speaker? Who would believe that a girl like me would go through all sorts of surgeries and dental work because she had a passion to be understood? She wanted to be understood. She wanted to communicate to the world. That was me. I knew I had that inside me. You have something inside of you. Many of you have expressed a lot of your dreams. Many of you have expressed things that you wanted to do. You have great achievements. You have great accomplishments. But what is that little pocket in your life where you're still holding back? Where you've given up on something? Where you've gotten a little bit resigned? I wanted to tell you that with my own story, I struggled throughout my entire life with this idea of deserving. I felt like because it was my fault my family was taken down financially, I felt unable to ask for things, even if I needed them. As a child, I felt like I was already such a burden. To ask for shoes if I needed them, to ask for lunch money if my parents didn't notice that day that they hadn't given to me, I wouldn't do it. And this colored my life. I became the sort of person who, if I were chilly on the bus, I wouldn't ask someone to raise the window. Somehow, I identified with this idea that I didn't deserve to be treated well. I mean, really taking it to an extreme, not deserving good things, not deserving nice things. And yet, the battle raged inside of me because there was that little girl who had some greatness, who wanted things. And to the extent that that little girl won, I've achieved things in my life. But to the extent that the bad conversation sometimes has won, we've had our ups, we've had our downs. The good thing was, I had the courage and the tenacity to start a business in 2001 with my husband. We started a computer and tech support business. And we just went great guns with it. I believed in us. I believed in us. I believed that we could do it.
5 minutes.
And then we continued on our business. In 2008, the recession hit Denver, and it hit hard. A lot of our clients went out of business. A lot of our clients told us, we can't pay you anymore. And we began to go down financially. What did this do? This set me on a path of negative thinking. I went right back to my old patterns of not deserving. I started to feel like I couldn't even call my clients on the phone. I started to feel like I had nothing to offer. All of that was right here in my mind, negative thinking. This went on and went on and went on. As we went down, I looked at it as a not deserving. And do you know what happened? Last year, I came home one day and there was a note on our door that said our home had been sold on the public trustee sale when we were in the midst of renegotiating our loan. This was a total shock. And this took me down. I recognized this is not where I want to be. I had to make that recognition first, and once I made that recognition, it was time to reprogram myself. and I was ready to reprogram. I began listening to Les Brown. I began listening to motivational videos. I began making my own tapes. I reprogrammed my brain. And now I'm happy and I'm clear. One of the things that I want to tell you is it's possible to change yourself. You can do this. You can do it. Now, the last step is to release. And that is to let go of the past. Let go. I have to be not angry at the lawyers and the bankers that took my house. I have to not be angry about that. And I'm going to end with one little story that illustrates how you can let it go. 2 Buddhist monks were on a journey. One was elderly, one was young. They were walking for many miles on foot, returning to their monastery, when they came to a stream, and there was a woman standing beside the stream. She said, "Kind monks, would you please help me? I cannot swim. Help me get across the creek." And the elderly man stooped down and he said, "Climb upon my back," which she did. He ferried her across the river. The young monk had recently joined the monastery, and he was outraged because there was a vow they took never to touch a woman. But this old monk had violated his vows and touched the woman. This young man stewed and stewed and stewed. They walked for hours. It drove him crazy. Finally, when they stopped to make some tea, he decided to confront the older gentleman. "How dare you? How dare you break your vows to the monastery?" The older man was shocked. "What? What vows? What are you talking about? You touched a woman." "What woman?" "That woman back at the stream. You touched her." And the older monk looked at his young brother and said, "Oh, my brother, I set that woman down many hours ago and many miles back. You are the one, my brother, who has continued to carry her. What is it that you might be carrying? What is it that you might be holding on to? If there's something in your life, somewhere, some little pocket, where you have resignation, or you have a little sadness, or something you never explored, I want you to look at that. Recognize it. It's time to go ahead and reprogram your thinking. Reprogram how you think. If you have to get off the news, get away from negative people, if you have to make a tape, a video, a vision board, that's what you're going to do. Because the truth of the matter is, we are all precious gifts from this universe. And because we are precious gifts, we deserve it all. Sure. Okay, Joan will be here afterwards.
All right. Remember, we are dark next week, so we'll see you in 2 weeks. Have a good Thanksgiving.